what's happening. They up close and personal with low question, the answer, and the truth. So where I left off at when I got the when I left, well like I say my first count of Waycross, did like 2 years there, got into it with the police, sent me to Smith, me and my little partner, and ended up getting into it with the police to death. Fast forward a little bit. Well, the first time I got into it with the officer at Smith, it was me and a little homie. And the second time I got into it by myself, kept my arm while I was in the flap, which I couldn't. So now fast forward, I'm at Reedville on High Met. They gave me 5 years. I'm probably like 20, maybe 21. I was going about to turn 21. Went in at 18 in '05. I held here '08. I'm on High Met. They gave me 5 years. And do my introductory to mental health. Boy, that was a crazy experience. I think I did what, 5? I think I did 8. I think I did like 5 and some change at Reedville. So I'm back. I'm at Reedville. I'm behind the bars. We got 3 ranges: the bottom range, middle range, top range. I'm on the top range. I'm next to a dude from my city, but I don't know him from the street. He was the height from the little area we was in. Like I ain't meet him no more after I left from behind the bar. So I was there probably right at a week before they came with my max hearing. They went at my cell number like 3 minute talk. Told me what I was down there for, told me what my charge was, had me high plea. I said not guilty. They said they found me guilty and gave me 5 years high met. So in my mind, I'm like, man, shit. But after a while, and I mean a short while, probably like a day or two later, cause behind the bar, like literally, you could reach your arm out the bar and reach it the other way, and you could text the person in the next cell. They got their arm out there, just how close it is. So anybody can hear when you talking to the people at the door, whether it's a counselor, officer, nurse, or whatever. So the dude next to me, and even probably dudes on the bottom of me, they probably heard the folks tell me they gave me 5 years high met. So I cuss them out, they go on about their business. So the dude next door to me, he was like, damn, little homie. Blah, 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 blah. I told him what had happened when the officer kicked my arm and all that. He was like, shit, man, I'm 5 years, ain't that? You'll do that shit in no time. I'm saying in my head, the hell you mean 5 years lockdown ain't nothing? And then when he told me he had been locked down by 8, and then he was telling me about some old nigga back there that been locked down for some years, decades even. And I ain't ended up being a dude, or probably about 2 years after I had been down though. He had caught 5 years high met, but he was working with the police. He ended up doing like 21. Like he had been down since like I think he had said like was it the early 90s or late 80s or something, but he was from up top somewhere. But he had caught 5 years high met. He was getting into it with police. And every time they would hit him with a 5, they would hit him with 5 more. So after being back there, and I'm hearing niggas say they been locked down for 10 years, 7 years, 12 years, I was like, well, shit, my 5 ain't that bad after all. So I went behind the bar no more. I'd say about a good 3 weeks for Sam parked off. Now, mind you only got 1 pair of boxers, 1 pair of socks, 1 t-shirt, and the jumpsuit. So when I left Smith and they brought me down there, I only had my original property, like my mail, photo album, stuff like that. One count mostly gonna keep their clothes, and when you get to the next count, they probably give you some more clothes, which ain't nothing but 2 more pair of boxers, 2 more pair of socks, 2 t-shirts, blah blah blah. So the Dodger man ended up coming through about on my 3rd week. He probably had been coming because they told to come every I think the laundry man himself was coming like once a week on Thursday or whatever, but I guess I was missing. I guess I was asleep. or whatever. But this particular week here, I called him. So I'm like, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. I'm trying to get some clothes. I only got one of everything. And I can't remember what he said exactly, but he chomped me off. And it blowed me. I'm talking about like from 0 to a billion. As soon as he chomped me off. So he walking that way. So I'm like, huh? I piss in the court. When he come back by, hit him all in the face with it. Who you playing with, man? Trying to get some clothes. I've been in here thugging it, going to the shower, washing my boxes out, washing my shirt out, washing my socks out. Then they drive back in the cell. Like, nah, I ain't trying to live like that. But he told me also, I put some piss in their face. Then they took me behind the door. When I first walked in the door behind the door, it was depressing. I'm like, man, I should have set my happy ass down somewhere. And this one, behind the bars, I kind of caught bits and pieces of the mental health, but nothing major. But once you get behind the bar, what I found out, you really sit down and chill because it's sweet compared to behind the door. So when I get behind the door, I'm like, man, shit, this shit here, man. I should have set my head down somewhere. So a dude caught the way he hollered when I first came in, like, hey bro, where you from? I'm like, I'm from Somerset. He tell me where he was from. I ain't know, he ain't know me. But he ended up sending me a kite. When I got the kite, I said, nigga must already had it rope call. I ain't know where you wrote that kite. I just got in here like you just at the door. But then when I found out later on, like niggas have already kites. And an already kite, it really can go to anybody. Once you find out who it's gonna go to, you just put their name or their room number on it. But anyway, nigga sent me the kite. He was telling me blah blah blah. Say he would need some stamps. And I was in luck. I had some stamps. I ain't have nothing up because I was on storage switch. But I saw some stamp. He saw me some cigarette. So I was alright for the time being. But I'm racking my brain trying to figure out how I'm gonna get up out of here and go to another dorm or something. But the whole setup was just depressing how it was set up. This my first time seeing it. I'm like, man, shit, it was loud. It was nasty. Niggas fluing. It was just nasty. But anyway, it's 2 cells to the right of me, my cell, a nigga beside me, and there's a fruitcake beside him. And I don't really know what's going on. I don't know the energy of the dorm. I don't know the politics of the dorm. So I'm just playing about, I'm at the door, trying to see what's going on, trying to see what I can see, hear what I can hear. So when I heard a dude talking, I don't know if he talking to me, but I gotta be nosy because I don't know what's going on. So I go to the vent, put me up to the vent, and I hear that he talking to his next door neighbor. So I really can't hear his next door neighbor, but I can hear him. But he whispering, so I gotta put my ear to the vent and keep in mind on yawn so I can hear at that time, like hear good. So he racking up a plan, and I don't understand the plan at first because at this time I ain't ever been around no cutthroat mentality or no straight up full-fledged backdoor mentality, and I wasn't able to piece what he was finna do. Well, a while later, probably about 3 years later, I became a vet. And what I mean by that is just hearing niggas talking and they plotting, trying to talk in code. I could pretty much break down what they talking about or pretty much pinpoint what they trying to do just by hearing what they saying. So he ended up telling the fruitcake next door to him. He was like, hey, I'm finna call such and such down the way. When he come to the door, if he come to the door and start talking to me, I want you to get on the door and be like, what's up, such and such? This such and such that was in doing such and such with you. You know who I am. So what I found out later from just by listening and putting 2 and 2 together, when the cutthroat stuff became regular, the backdoor stuff, the treachery, all that became regular, I realized that he was finna pimp Buddy. But I ain't know that he was finna cross the fruitcake out too. Like I ain't see that coming. So he don't told the fruitcake. But when I go to the door and holler at Buddy, like if he comes to the door and start talking to me, I want you to butt in and be like, what's up, such and such? This such and such that was in the dorm with you, blah, blah, blah. So I'm guessing, well, I was guessing then because I know now that Buddy who was next door to me, he probably knew Buddy was gonna be like, nah, you got me fucked up. You don't know me, I don't know you. You got the wrong nigga. So they get on the door and it happened just how he told the fruitcake to play it. And so the officer came back through a while later because they had to make their round frequent back then, especially with the high max count. So I ain't him like full fed, but I was able to see put two and two together on what he told the police. He was like, hey, slide this kite to sell such and such and wait on the response. Now I'm guessing that he knew when Buddy read that kite, he was gonna holler back at him. So I'm guessing he already knew who Buddy was. Like I said, I don't know how long he had been down, what other counts he had been to, but how it played out, I'm guessing he knew Buddy wasn't gonna go for that. He knew Buddy had to slow down though. But when he gave the police the kite and the police went down, and I'm guessing he gave him the kite, he waited on response. Cause back then police were kind of shell shocked. So if an inmate asked them to do something that went too much, they pretty much just went on and did it to keep the confusion down. Cause like I said, they were going from a 0 to a billion real fast. Shit can go left and left and left some more. So the police went gone with a split second, so I'm guessing he gave the dude the kite. Dude read it, selling some food and some cigarette. And keep in mind, cigarette was on the store at that time. It took him like 2011, I think. So, with Corner find out, he told Buddy in the kite. Now, he ain't told me this, and Buddy ain't told me this. Just how it played out, this how it had to go. He probably told Buddy in the kite, hey man, send me some. And I'm going to bust Buddy for playing with you like that because I already know what's up with you. I don't even know why he jumping out of convo like that. So Buddy don't send him some food and some cigarette. So I can't remember if it was the day after or the day after that day because we only took shower Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So the fruitcake coming out for the shower, and I heard Buddy tell him, hey, when you come out for the shower, come holler at me. And it was crazy because after it happened, because I ain't know what was going to happen, but after it happened, when Buddy first got the food and the cigarette, he even sent the fruitcake and cigarette. So I'm thinking that they just don't play Buddy and it is what it is. So I wasn't able to put two and two together that when he sent him that kite, and when he sent him the food and the cigarette, he had told Buddy he was going to handle that for the fruitcake trying. So the fruitcake come out for the shower on already being, they start on this side on the Monday, start on that side on the Tuesday. But anyway, fruitcake come out for the shower. He come to Buddy cell, and I ain't know at that time, but niggas be rigging they flap. And half of the time, police didn't even mess with them. Just tell them they have it up when some kind of rank or somebody with some position come in and just have it up. Other than that, it is what it is. So the fruitcake don't come to his door. The holler at him, he don't bust that flap. He don't shit the fruitcake down. So how the fruitcake responded, I don't think that the fruitcake knew that was in the plan. But he don't shit the fruitcake down. Blah, blah, blah. So they moved him. I take that back. After he shitted the fruitcake down, they took him to the shower. They called the search team down because he went cuffing up. And then he cut himself. And then they moved him. So when they were like, he cut. I'm like, what? He cut what? And they were like, nah, he cut himself. I'm like, damn. So that was my first time being around that. I'm like, he cut himself. I'm like, damn. But the dynamics of that, I was like, damn, man. Because I ain't, like, at Wade Cross, wasn't none of that going on. At Smith, wasn't none of that going on. Well, I take that back. At Smith, it was sprinkles of it, but nothing major to where it'll be an issue. Because whenever you went left field at a camp that ain't mental health, they'll just send you to a mental health camp to get evaluated. And from there, they either going to keep you or send you back. More than likely, they're going to send you back. But I never heard or seen of that Waycross. But when I got to Smith, I did see sprinkles up. But when I got to Reedville, it became full-fledged. So Buddy had them cut and they moved him. And a counselor ended up coming through later on that day. I would tell them like, hey man, I don't know nothing about nothing. I just got down here, they gave me 5 years high mat, like blah 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 blah. But I don't know if she was rocking with me because she ain't know me and I ain't never crossed her or cussed out or whatever. Well, she said she was gonna try to get me moved. She ended up getting me moved. It wasn't that major because she just got me moved upstairs. And upstairs wasn't really better. It was just less people. I think downstairs were like 28 people, and upstairs were like 13. But it was just a better setup if you had to pick, like where you'd rather be downstairs or upstairs. Anybody with a little common sense would probably pick upstairs. But yeah, when that happened, I went upstairs, and then the mental health just became rampant because, like I say, Reedville, even though it was high met, it was a mental health camp. But and when I went upstairs, it really wasn't no better because the dude next to me, he spread boo boo every day. Like that's what he do. He would spread boo boo. But it was crazy, man. So the mindset was like to be 18, locked up with 15 years, and you gotta accept that. Like I say, I had been in trouble a few times, but I ain't never get in the interrogation room or get in the back of the police car and crying and whining and now I miss my mama, my grandmama said, I really ain't care about nothing. And that was sad because it don't matter what you're going through on the street, man. Like I tell people now, like we really got it made. And I'm just gonna like call it how it is to be from America when you got like Haiti and the other what they call third world country. You can get on your phone right now, go on YouTube and Google like walkthroughs or the slums or this third world country or that third world country. And you look at them, I mean they still maintaining and they ain't got half of what we ain't yet. You know what I'm saying? So for us to complain how we complain and not be grateful for nothing, like the ball really in our court. And like I say, I ain't really talking about chain gang in general. I'm talking about my thought process when I was going through them little 15 years. Like I say, I cared that I love my mama. Like after I sat in there and realized I can't do nothing for her, really can't, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I felt the wrath of it. But when you're a street nigga, like the average street nigga is stupid. That's why you see some of the stuff that go on, you be like, what they thinking? No, they ain't thinking. That's the thing. And if they is thinking, they don't know how to think. So it still amounts to nothing as far as the thing they do, how they respond to things. Like when you think about it, man, I don't care what I ain't got. Since I ain't been out that box, man, I ain't finna sell nothing. I ain't finna rob nothing. I ain't finna scam nothing. I don't care what I ain't got. If I ain't got it, I'm just gonna have to look at it like I ain't got it yet. I'm just gonna work, stack some money, save some money. If I want it, I get it. But that shortcut, it ain't where it's at, man. Cause like I said, the average nigga out here now, yeah, they seem to be piped up. They seem to be on their time. But the average nigga already know if they get caught, they gonna tell something. You know what I'm saying? So that take the genuine out of it. That take the so-called brotherhood out of it. When you got a clique of 4, 5 niggas and they out here doing this, they doing that, and they doing the third. When you got 300, I already know, boy, when you ever get caught, I gotta get you. And the government, the way the government play it, is already ordained. They don't care. That's why your me and 5 dude go rob a bank. If I get caught, if I tell on them 4 dudes, they'll probably give me 10 years, serve 2. You see what I'm saying? Then they tell you they're gonna put you in a witness protection program. But so you gotta understand what makes me telling on them make it where you will give me a pat on the back and put me cause information. Y'all don't understand how important information is. They really don't care that y'all robbed the bank. They really don't care about none of that. The fact that you told something that they didn't know. I like, well, so even if I did tell you, why would you give me a time cut? You see what I'm saying? And like I say in the other video, George, probably got in the other state too, but Georgia got whoever squeal first get the deal first. And niggas know that. You see what I'm saying? So, but you got to think about the irony of it. If we just did something and I get caught and I tell, what does that do for y'all to where you'll cut my time and even offer me witness protection, da 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 da, and then you want to go deeper? Well, I don't really know how slavery went, just about what they taught. Like, I don't really care to debate about anything that happened before '86. Like, I don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? I know what people don't told me, and when I develop my own bit of common sense, I can either go for this, I can either not go for that. But I don't know, so that's a whole different ball game. But if we gonna take into consideration what we don't been taught how slavery was, that's why when they used to so-called escape, they go home with the dogs, the guns, and be willing to kill them or whatever, however. So they take into consideration, if I go to Tank and I got 10 years, I can go through those 10 years and walk out the gate. And everything will appear to be everything. But if I got 10 years and after 3 years I escape, they gonna come hunt me with the dogs, with the guns, willing to kill me or whatever. So it's deeper than what we think. And it all boils down to, man, just being able to think. And see, I don't know if a lot of people take into the right contents of the power of thinking. Everything right now was a thought. Some people executed it, some people were thinking about something, they gave up on it. But like I always say, we ride around now in these cars because somebody got tired of walking. And the person who invented the first thing, whatever it is, they didn't have no instruction. They couldn't get on the phone and Google it. So therefore, they had to sit down and consider what they know, consider what they thought, and be able to put A and B together. And I try to tell people in simplicity, like, you got to understand, if somebody put a table or a regular dinner table in front of you that got parts to it, but you ain't got no instructions, the common sense gonna kick in when you can sit here and look at this table that's not put together, separate it, put the part that look like the same parts together, and look at the screws and da 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 with no instructions, no video showing you how to do it. Common sense is having the ability to look at it, look at what it is, look at what you got, and still be able to put it together. You see, people got to tap into common sense, man. A lot of things we don't have, we can't get. A lot of things we do, we need to start doing it. So a lot of people talk about what need to be done, what could be done, what should be done, and that's just something to talk about. But at the end of the day, there are things we can do, man. There are things we got to stop doing. There are things we got to start doing. Depending on how you feel about yourself, gonna determine the outcome of what you got going on, man. 'Cause ain't no way a person should be a certain age. You know, really ain't gonna categorize it. But ain't no way a person should be a certain age still going through the same thing year in, year out, year in, year out. And see, the point of what I speak on about being tired of something, the average person tired of a whole lot. The average person complain about a whole lot. And it really ain't nothing to complain about because whatever situation you got going on, whatever place in life you at right now, the average person don't want to be where they at. And it's all when it's all said and done, you can change that, but you gotta want it. But yeah, this low, man, up close and personal. I was just tapping them, get back with you to speak on how mental health played a big part of my bid and how at the end of the day, man, you gotta stand on whatever choice you made. Now, ain't that wrong with regretting a choice you made? Because some people don't have the knowledge or the ability to dictate how they respond, how they react. Like, you gotta think about it. Stupid people do stupid things. You see what I'm saying? So you got people out here right now that they're not moving with common sense. Everybody possesses a little bit of sense, but you don't have to have common sense to get up and go to work and do what somebody's told you and showed you how to do. That's just sense. You see what I'm saying? They showed you when you get up, you get yourself together. However you get yourself together, when you come to work, you clock in, you do this, you do this, you do that. Common sense is deeper than that. And it's gonna take people to start developing ways to tap into common sense and put two and two together. Because at the end of the day, you got the answer. So whatever you want, it's on you. If you ain't got it by now, you gotta ask yourself or tell yourself you probably don't even want it. You just saying you want it because that became the thing to say these days. You want this, you want that, you want this, you want that. But only very few people gonna do what they gotta do and get that. Holla.